Hey guys, so I thought I would do a quick little video of my coming out story. I don't really do that many videos. If anybody's subscribed to my channel, I don't post very many videos, but I've been off work for the last 2 weeks for an injury, so I've been kind of playing around with the internet and social media, and I've started to notice that there's a large number of younger people um, that are trying to figure out if they're gay, what they should do about it, and they're just trying to come to terms with everything. And I think we're seeing an uprise in this because of the tolerance level that we have for gays nowadays. Back when I came out, it wasn't tolerated that well. I mean, this was just 9 years ago, um, but I mean, it was tolerated. It wasn't as open as it is now. But that goes to show what 9 or 10 years can do as far as that. Anyways, so a little bit about myself. My name is Polly. Yes, like Polly want a cracker. I am 24 years old. I came out when I was 15, um, and I work full time. I'm just like everybody else. I work on an ambulance, and I'm in school. I'm studying to be a paramedic, so I can do what I've always wanted to do, and that's to take care of people. I am also a combat medic for the Army National Guard. I just got my stripes last year, so I'm now a sergeant. Anyways, so when I was 15, I didn't know I was gay. Um, all my life, I've always been a tomboy. Um, I've always worn jeans and a t-shirt, my hair up in a bun or a ponytail. I've always been really active in sports. Um, just I don't know, typical tomboy stuff, I guess. Always wanting to go play manhunt instead of playing with like Barbie dolls or anything like that. But I grew up in just your typical suburban home. Um, and my mom and dad are my birth parents, and they've never been separated. I've got an older sister, and I mean we my family's not religious. I mean we are. I mean I don't really know how to say that. Uh, I don't know. Anyways, religion didn't really play that big of a role. I mean, yeah, whatever. This isn't a religious video, but anyways. So, I just grew up. There was no gay influence in my life growing up, and so by by that, I didn't know what it was like to be gay. I didn't know. I'd never really seen two women kiss or two men kiss. I'd never met anybody that was gay. Um, Everybody I came in contact with was straight, and everything that I grew up to think was boys and girls are supposed to be together. And I never really put another thought to it. I'm a girl, so that means I have to be with a boy. Um, it never crossed my mind that maybe I had a crush on this girl or I found this girl attractive. It never crossed my mind. That was never something I thought about. And um, yeah, it could have been how I was raised. It could have been a number of things. But um, anyways, so I was 15. I was a sophomore in high school. I had a friend that that just for some reason decided to ask me if I was gay, and I said no. Um, no, I'm not. But why? Why? And she asked me if I was sure. Are you sure you're not gay? And I was like, well, I'm pretty sure I'm straight. Um, I don't see why I would be gay. I don't, anyways. Um, and just she just kept getting on the subject. I don't know if it was because she was gay herself. I didn't I didn't really know. I mean, we had just become friends that year, so I mean, I didn't really know much about her at the time. But anyway, so she kept hounding me, and it kept putting that in my mind. And so on my days off, if I was on the weekends, if I didn't have school or I didn't have a track meet or anything like that, I would go online and I would, you know, secretively look up gay and lesbian stuff and just kind of read other people's coming out stories and try to figure out what it's like to be gay. I mean, I'd never really been exposed to it, so I didn't really know anything about it at the time. So, anyways, I started researching it, and the more I researched it, the more pieces kept falling together. Um, you know, oh, I'm 15. I shouldn't really be a tomboy anymore. Um, oh, maybe this is why I want to be such good friends with this girl. Just stuff like that. Like it never really dawned on me until I started actually thinking about it. So, anyways, um, Danielle was the first person I told. That was my friend that kept handling me about it. But I told her, I was like, you know what, I do. I think I'm gay. Um, and she just looked at me and she said, "Oh, okay, um, that's cool." And that was it. So she was the first person I came out to, and I think it was easy to come out to her because she was the one that kept hounding me about it. But anyways, I didn't really know what to do about my parents, and I just kept a journal of everything that was going on. Like just everything. I was just I'm somebody that I like to write stuff out. Um, whether I end up showing somebody or not, I write stuff. So, anyways, so I had this journal and I wrote in really big letters, like as big as the page was. I wrote, "I am gay" on it. And the more I wrote it, the more it stuck in my head, and the more everything made sense. This was me coming to terms with my sexuality. This was me finally realizing who I am. And I'm telling you, when you finally realize who you are, it is amazing. What never made sense will make sense now. And I can't stress that enough. Like, I mean, I'm talking since as far as I can remember, like I'm talking like kindergarten. I Stuff just makes sense. Like, I can't really explain it, but yes, I figured out my sexuality when I was 15, but when I think back on it, I have been gay my entire life. I just had never been exposed to anything. Therefore, I didn't know that I was gay. But anyways, coming out to my parents was a two-stage process. My mom actually found out that I was gay. She found that journal that I was writing in, and she had her little spaz attack, I guess. She got really, really mad at me uh, for not telling her, like for not coming to her and talking to her about all this. She was hurt that she had to find it out through my journal, even though she was the one that was snooping. And I hold that over her head till this day, that that's what snooping gets you. But anyways, so my mom took it really well. Actually, she didn't really have much to say about it. She just said, "You're still my daughter. I still love you, but you do realize that life it's gonna be a lot harder for you now to live your life." And I didn't really know what she meant at the time, but I do now. I know that if I want to get married, I have to either move to a different state or um, just have a wedding and say I'm married. But anyways, my dad was a different story. Me and my dad never had a really good relationship. Um, we didn't really talk at all. Our form of communication was leaving notes on the kitchen counter, um, telling each other to do stuff, or more like him telling me to do something and me asking him questions. But anyway, so we never really talked face to face because every time we did talk face to face, it ended in an argument and ultimately in a fight. So, so I didn't know how to tell my dad, and unfortunately, I wish it was different, but unfortunately, my dad found out I was gay while we were having an argument. I just kind of blurted it out to just get him to shut up because I knew that would make him stop screaming. Um, but we've never really talked about me being gay. Since then, we've just I don't know, we've just gone on with our normal lives. He knows that I date women. He doesn't care. You know, he'll tell me whether or not he likes them, and it's the same situation. In a sense, I guess. I guess I just switched roles. I'm no longer his daughter. I'm his son, which sounds really weird, but that's kind of like how he started treating me. Like, instead of being the overly protective father of a daughter, he's just like, oh, well, she likes girls. I don't really have to worry about her anymore. And he focused more on my sister. Um, but anyways, that's just how that's how my relationship has been with my parents. They don't really care. My mom truly was upset that I didn't come and talk to her when I was going through the whole figuring out process. She doesn't quite understand that it was really difficult. It would have been really difficult for me to come and talk to her about something like that because you're just not sure. You don't know what's going on, and you're trying to figure it out for yourself, let alone bring somebody else in the situation. And I understand that 100%. But once you do figure out who you are, what your sexuality is, talk to your parents. I mean, talk to your family, talk to a friend, talk to somebody. Um, it it really does help, especially if you have a really good, strong relationship with that person. Me and my mom, we have a great relationship. We talk every single day. I tell her what's going on throughout my day. I vent to her. I just everything, and that's why she got so mad that I didn't tell her what I was going through. But she understands now that it wasn't really something that I could have come to her about at that time. But anyways, coming out to my friends was a completely different situation. I actually was able to tell my friends one by one, starting with obviously my best friends first. I just told them, you know, straight. I was just like, I've been thinking a lot, and I think I'm gay. Actually, I know I'm gay, and I hope this doesn't change anything. And all my friends just looked at me and they just said, "Oh, I thought you were gay this whole time. You just didn't want to say anything." So essentially, all my friends already knew that I was gay. They knew before I knew, which is really embarrassing when you think about it. But anyways, that summer, I decided that, you know, I I figured out who I was, and I wanted to be the person that I was. I wanted to change my appearance, I guess. I wanted to just be, instead of being this person that I used to be, that I thought I was, and figure out who I was, who I am now. I just, I figured, well, you know what? I want to be comfortable in my own body, so went to a salon. I got all my hair cut off. Um, I started dressing the way I wanted to dress, which, let's be frank, I dress like a guy, but I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable the way I dress. I'm comfortable with the way I look. I wasn't comfortable with the way I looked back then before I came out. I wasn't. I just always felt. I just always felt that something was off, and with being able to dress the way I wanted to and look the way I wanted to makes a huge difference. So that summer, I, had my little mini makeover, and I came back to school, and it was like I didn't even have to say anything. Just everybody knew. They all were, oh well, Polly finally decided to come out. Congratulations, and for some reason, I don't know if it was just a coincidence or not, but for some reason that year, a lot of people came out of the closet. And I don't know if it was me being the first one to do so, but or maybe it was just me figuring out I was gay, and now all of a sudden a dungeon door opened up, and all the gays and lesbians were like, "Oh, we're family now." So, but anyways, that's pretty much how I came out. I came out, and when I came out to one of my friends, I told her, I'm gay. This is how it is. And believe it or not, 2 months, 3 months later, we were dating. Um, Apparently, she was going through the same thing, and so uh, we dated for a really long time. We were together for 4 years. Um, Unfortunately, she was killed in a car accident when I was 19. She was just shy of 18 years old. But but yeah. So I haven't really been with anybody else yet. I know this is getting off the coming out, but you can have great relationships when you finally figure out who you are. Um, I'll never forget. I'll never forget her. That's for sure. But anyways, if you have any questions or comments, anything relating to coming out, relating to gay life in the military, gay life working on an ambulance, just anything along those lines. If you're like me and you're tomboy, stud, whatever, I don't even know how to classify myself, but if you have any questions along those lines, just leave a comment. I don't I don't really mess around with YouTube, so I don't really know if there's messaging or whatnot, but I guess message me. But anyways, so this is my coming out. So y'all have a good night, and I hope this helps.